Welcome back. We are in Khan Academy Algebra 1 and the unit is quadratic functions and equations. We're looking at quadratics by taking the square root, so we want to solve this quadratic expression or equation for x. Solve for x, write the smaller solution for x first and the larger second. That's telling us there are two solutions to this. And so it also says round to two decimal places in this case. So we will find the exact solution, but then we'll have to answer with an approximation rounded to two decimal places because it's going to involve the square root of a number that's not square. So that'll be irrational. Here we go. So we want to solve for x. We'll need to add 2 to both sides. So x plus 8 squared will equal 2. We'll take the square root of both sides. That gives us x plus 8 equals positive or negative square root of 2. So I took the square root of this sum squared. So something squared, if you take the square root of it, it's just the something that was being squared. And then on the other side, I can get 2 by squaring two different numbers. One of them is positive square root of 2. Square root of 2 times square root of 2 is 2. Or negative square root of 2. Negative square root of 2 times negative square root of 2 is positive 2. Negative times negative is positive. Square root of 2 times square root of 2 is 2. So this is two equations essentially, and we're going to solve both of them. We've got to subtract 8 from both sides, so x will equal negative 8 minus the square root of 2, or x will equal negative 8 plus the square root of 2. Now the square root of 2 is about 1.41. Square root of 2 is about 1.41. So negative 8 minus 1.41 is negative 9.41, and negative 8 plus that, well, let's see, 8 minus 1.41 is 6.59, so negative 8 plus that will be at negative 6.59. X is about negative 6.59. Which one of these is smaller? Well, the one that's further away from 0 in the negative direction. So negative 9.41 is the smaller. And negative 6.59 is larger. We're done with that one. All right, next one says find the zeros of the function. Write the smaller solution first and the larger solution second. Here's our function. F of x equals the difference between x and 4 squared minus 25. And so finding zeros means what x values will make the function equal 0. So f of x is going to equal 0, and we can write that. So we'll write x minus 4 squared minus 25 equals 0, and we have to solve this equation. So the function value is 0. We'll add 25 to both sides. We'll do what we said we were going to do. All right, added 25 to both sides. Now, I'll take the square root of both sides. Anything squared, if you take the square root, you get the thing that was being squared. So x minus 4. And the square root of 25 has two solutions. One of them is 5. 5 times 5 is 25. The other one is negative 5, because 5 times 5 is 25, and a negative times a negative is a positive. So you can have plus or minus 5. Now, this is two equations. x minus 4 equals 5, and x minus 4 equals negative 5. So we'll solve both of those by adding 4. So x equals 4 plus 5 is 9, and x equals 4 minus 5 equals negative 1. So the smaller number is negative 1, the larger is 9. Excellent. Off we go. Solve for x, write the smaller solution first and the larger second. Again, we're going to add 64, take the square root, subtract 5. That's the order we're going to go in. So we get x plus 5 squared equals 64. X plus 5 equals plus or minus 8. X equals negative 5 plus 8 is 3, or negative 5 minus 8 equals negative 13. The smaller one is negative 13. And the larger one is 3. So the steps are going to be the same, right? We're finding zeros, so f of x equals 0. We'll add 4. We'll take the square root. We'll subtract 3. Let's see what happens. So we get 0 plus 4 is 4. The square root of 4 is plus or minus 2. Plus or minus 2 minus 3 is negative 5. And negative 1. Negative 1 is a larger number than negative 5 because it's further to the right on the number line. And we are done.